Hey guys, welcome to NitroRCX.com. Today we're going to be showing you guys one of our newest and latest Tacon vehicles. It is the Dune Buggy. Tacon calls it the Cavalry. I like to call it the Dune Buggy. You might have seen our video, sneak peek of it when we were testing it. It's finally in production. They got some solid colors on it, did some fixes, and it's finally in production and here, ready for you guys to pick up. So let's take a closer look at it and see what this Dune Buggy is all about. Well, it is 2.4 gigahertz ready to run out the box. You are going to get a charger, you're going to get the vehicle, you're going to get the transmitter and instruction manuals and some tools. With the 2.4 gigahertz transmitter, very basic transmitter, you're going to get normal and reverse for your steering channel adjustment, basically switching your steering channel adjustment. You also have throttle, normal and reverse up top. Basically that's reversing or making your throttle normal, just in case you drive differently than others. You have a foam encased steering wheel, nice and tactile feel, springs back to center nice and easily. You have your steering dual rate dial right here. That's a very useful dial, especially when you're trying to dial in your car's handling. And of course you got the trim dials top and bottom. Always make sure your throttle trim dial is centered before you turn on the car. That pretty much covers it for the 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. Oh, it takes 4 AA batteries. It's nice to see that they used 4 AA's instead of the 8 AA's. That drains your AA's out pretty quickly. That's 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. Let's take a closer look at the Tacon Buggy. Now first look, what's different between this buggy and say the Ranger or the Thriller short course truck or the Soar Buggy? Well, the chassis. You're getting a slightly longer chassis compared to the Soar Buggy. It's about the same size as the short course truck, length and track wise. What's cool about this one is the long travel rear shocks. Long travel rear shocks, you're going to get more suspension movement on the rear. Also, instead of mounted on the shock towers, they're mounted all the way up on the cage, so that's real cool. And they are, of course, longer and they give you a little bit more travel. Another new thing about this buggy is that full-on cage. Beautiful styling. You got kind of an engine plate on the bottom here. You have the driver with some cool goggles on and pretty scale looking buggy. You have light buckets on the top bar right here, and they're actually pre-cut out for holes for LEDs. I believe those are probably 3mm LEDs that you can fit in there. 4 light bars all cut out ready for you to mount LEDs. Now 2 pins hold this top on. Pop those pins off and you have access to your battery compartment and your electronics. You're getting that same awesome solar servo for the steering. Of course, you get the brushless system, 45 amp ESC. This brushless system can take a 2-cell. It will take a 3-cell. I don't recommend it. The motor gets real hot, but it does take a 2-cell battery. In that battery compartment, you'll be able to fit a 1550 or maybe an 1800 2-cell battery. You can shove a 2200 in there, but it's going to be a tight fit, and you're going to have to play with the battery adjustment plates and make sure it's mounted further back. They do have provisions or holes down here for you to move that battery holder plate back. As far as the chassis go, it's going to be the same as your short course truck and the buggy. You have that, 2mm thick anodized aluminum chassis. You have shock towers front and rear. You're also going to have aluminum shock bodies with adjustable preload. They are oil filled. They are nice and plush for this vehicle. You do have a slipper clutch induced drivetrain. Tacon also includes the tool for you to adjust your slipper clutch so you can adjust that power delivery. 12mm hexed wheels, which means pretty standard size. You can fit on 10 scale on-road wheels if you want, or 10 scale, anything that's 12mm will mount up there. Just make sure offset's correct so it doesn't hit the shock or the car body. Drivetrain, front drive shafts, you're getting CVDs, which is awesome. Previous versions of Tacons didn't come with CVDs. These new versions do, and this Dune Buggy, definitely comes with CVDs on the front. On the rear, you don't get CVDs, but you get nice, polished, thick, chromy looking axles that are look pretty tough. And from our testing, we didn't have any issues with it. Your turnbuckles are all adjustable. You can adjust camber, toe, front and rear. I like how it's easily adjustable without a wrench. Just stick something sharp in there or something solid and turn them. Very easy to adjust, very easy to change camber and toe adjustments on the fly. You also have adjustments for roll center on the shock towers, front and rear, 2-position adjustments. Your differentials are geared differentials. They're solid metal, heat treated so it can take the abuse. From what we found, if you want to make this thing fast, we put in 120 amp ESCs with the stock motor, and it makes this car a lot faster. So the battery you're going to be getting with the Cavalry is going to be a 7.2 volt, 1100 milliamp hour nickel metal hydrate battery. Of course, it does take LiPo as mentioned earlier. If you do put a LiPo in here, make sure you program the LiPo cutoff so you don't damage your LiPos. But it is ready to run, so Tacon's going to give you a 7.2 volt nickel metal hydrate battery, and you're going to get a pretty basic charger with that battery. Charges at 1 amp. So the Tacon Cavalry, one of our newest and latest products. I really like it. I think it's a favorite of mine out of all the Tacon cars. The body styling is awesome. Polycarbonate on top. You got hard resin plastic to protect it from crashes and rolls. Off-road all-terrain tires, the same that come from the short course trucks, and this rear wheel is a real wheel. So you can take that off and put it in rotation with all the other 4 tires when you do your tire rotation, or have it mounted on the back, or even take it off and show that cool engine design on the back if you want. It's got a wing too, which I like, and overall it's just an awesome looking buggy. So that's a quick look at the Tacon buggy. If you want more information, specs, head on over to nitrorcx.com. We're going to have videos of it running, so watch out for that. And thanks for watching, guys. Catch you guys later.